Good evening, everybody from Las Vegas. It is actually raining outside. They were calling for rain for a while. So we moved our live stream inside. We are on the 31st floor of the Nomad Hotel, which is on the top of the Park MGM. So what I understand is they will be shooting a test firework at 11:30 just to make sure they light properly. And if they do, then the fireworks show will go on. You can kind of see if I turn the camera up, it is overcast for sure. And we were just out there about 10 minutes ago and it started to drizzle, so we definitely have some light rain in the area. I know they said it was coming, but we are going to show the fireworks from here. We got a primo spot. They are shooting him at the top of the aria. That is the aria on the left side of your screen. So they are shooting it there. And we will get a good shot for you. Resorts World in the background. Everyone just bear with me. I am going to switch mics so that you have a much clearer volume. Right now it's on the iPhone's mic and it's usually not so good. So just bear with me. You'll lose my sound but not my feed just for a moment. All right, can you guys hear me? I should be back now. Someone threw something in the comments just to let me know that you can hear me. Sounded like that might have been the test firework. Thank you, Bianca. I appreciate you letting me know you can hear me. Peter, thank you. Hi, Randy from Indiana. Oh, Randy, you're my Laughlin fan. Happy New Year, Thick. Zoom in there a little bit. Maybe zoom out. Randy, we were just in Laughlin the other day. We were at the Tropicana. Hello from Western New York. So I had been out on the strip earlier and I was trying to scout some good spots to do the fireworks. And then it started raining for those of you who just joined us. So I decided, you know what? We have a pretty good view from our room. Why not head upstairs? We're on the 31st floor of Park MGM, right in the Nomad Hotel. I see straight ahead to the left over there. That is the aria. They're going to light them off from the roof there. And then I can zoom in a little bit. Oop, I saw a test firework going off there. Gonna zoom in and scroll down a little bit. In the background there, you see Resorts World and Venetian. They're going to be lighting them off there as well. And then if I zoom out and kind of turn to the right, you see a little bit of Planet Hollywood off to the right there. They will be lighting them off there as well. Oop, there's a test one up there. So that was important. The test firework that they shot off there, because they are trying to determine whether or not they will move forward tonight. I think they will. I really don't think they're going to tell the 400,000 people who came out to Vegas that we're not doing fireworks. So I think that they will move forward. Either way, we're going to stay with you through midnight. I said we are in our suite in the Nomad Hotel, which is in the top of the Park MGM. Was a little fun walking on the strip earlier. It was one of the few times during the year that you can actually walk on the strip right in the middle of the street. There's no cars. However, there are a lot of people. A Las Vegas Metro Police Department did a great job setting up shop. They have police cars lined up on both sides of the street all the way down the strip. So although there are people walking, there are a ton of police presence in the area. Looking around, I only saw the one test firework go off at the top of the Aria. So I have my phone on a gimbal right now. I'm going to try and kind of move it up top there. That's going to be our closest view of the fireworks, right there on the top of the Aria. When we get to that time, I'll scroll up a little bit and just kind of pan back and forth from the Aria to out in the distance. Hello, Ju Thomas. Welcome to the stream. And this way, we'll have a pretty good shot. We're going to see a good amount of fireworks from where we are. Walking the strip earlier, there's so many people that I don't know, I could have gotten as good a view downstairs. There's a lot of people toughing it, even though it's really just a drizzle. It's not too bad. I'm just not sure about my equipment holding up. If it starts to rain, then I figured, if it starts to rain, then there is no way I am going to be able to get up to the room that quick. Probably miss a good chunk of the fireworks, and hey, that's what you're all hanging with me for. That and it's New Year's, so what better way than to hang with Explore Vegas for New Year's? I'll keep zooming in. It's funny, they told me this is not a strip view. However, they said this was a better view because I can see the Aria directly. The way the Park MGM is kind of situated, it's a little ways back from the strip. And you can kind of see where the Aria is in the distance there. And then if I turn, like where the strip is out front there, here's the other part of the Park MGM. So you can't see the strip, but when you're in the Park MGM, the strip really is, you're going to see the MGM. I don't think you can see Planet Hollywood from the front of it. I can see a piece of it from here. And you're going to see potentially New York, New York. Now, I think they may have been lighting them off at the top of New York, New York also. I know they were at MGM for sure. They're not doing it at the top of this hotel. But I think we're going to get a way better view. There's a shot of the Rio out there. Can even pan the camera around here. Can see the Palms and the Rio in the distance there. There's the Palms. There are some that are probably watching from the very top of the Palms at the Ghost Bar. I'm sure they'll get a pretty good view of the fireworks. The Rio, who knows what's going on there? That place is pretty much dead. I'm sure they got some people for New Year's, but that place, I don't know, started to go, it's pretty much been going downhill for a while now. Nobody goes out to the Rio anymore. It's really kind of a shame because that place used to be hopping. They had dancers throughout the casino. They had that big show with the ship that would like fly over the casino and they would throw beads out to everybody. They had arguably one of the best buffets in town. They had a seafood buffet. They had two of them at one point. They had a seafood buffet and they had the Carnival World buffet. Then they merged them together, and then when COVID hit, it closed. And like many of them in town, it never opened again, which is such a shame. Because those of you who watch our channel, you know we are huge buffet fans, and we review them all. So really sad that most of them haven't opened, especially that one. But then again, they probably don't have many people heading into the hotel there. Once again, a shame. It's nice and quiet in the room. Really kind of chill and relaxing. I had came in through the casino from the strip, and the show let out. I don't know if it was Bruno or who was performing here tonight. I couldn't even remember, but they let that show out, and man, it was like wall to wall people down there. It was busier inside this hotel than it was on the strip, and it was pretty busy on the strip. There are a lot of people out there that are toughing through the rain, and I guess hoping that it won't rain for the fireworks. But man, you could not move in the casino. I can't even imagine there are people sitting there playing, like how that's even enjoyable when you can barely even like walk. But holy cow. And me personally, I'd rather be outside walking if it's not raining. If not, then this view right here is a-okay by me, because either way, I'm going to get a nice shot of the fireworks. The gambling, I feel like that'll be there after the fireworks when things start to die down, or it'll be there any day. Right now, it's New Year's. I'm ready to celebrate. The Nomad Hotel's pretty nice. We did some recording here, so we'll make a video about it and release it at some point. I had no idea this Nomad Hotel was here. I was looking for a reasonable room on the strip for New Year's Eve for a long time. And one day, lo and behold, there was space available at the Nomad, and it was cheaper than the Park MGM. And I'm like, how could this be? What is this Nomad? So I learned it's actually the top 4 floors of the Park MGM. There's a separate entrance to get into the hotel, kind of away from the main part off to the side there. And they have like a little library that's kind of cool looking, and then they have their own bar and restaurant that you can only access if you stay here. And then of course you can just walk outside to Park MGM and pretty much go to any of the restaurants. Like if you want to go to Best Friend or off into Italy and get some Italian food, then you could go do that as well. Lots of options here, but the room is pretty cool. Hello from Las Vegas. Well, it's good to have you on. And that is me. That's what it says, me. So welcome, me. Hello. Really, really nice room. It's kind of like a European theme. There's one thing, and I'll put this in the video we make about the Nomad Hotel as well, that I found really weird, is when you walk into this suite, it's called the Grand Suite. They upgraded us. We booked a room not as fancy, and they gave us this room, and then they gave us this beautiful view, which is pretty amazing for New Year's Eve. I would not have expected that. Didn't even try the $20 tip, or some people call it the $20 trick. Didn't even attempt to do that. Rather, just checked in and said, "Do you have anything facing the strip?" First she said yes, then she came back and said no, and then she said, "You know what? I have one that faces the Aria, and you're gonna like that better if you're trying to get the fireworks." I said, "Great, give me that then." So I was pretty happy. But the one thing about this room, that's what I was talking about before, that is really, really weird is it has a living room, nice. It's kind of like a wood floor and then like these mats, these like fancy carpets as you walk in. But it has a little bathroom, which is not unusual if you have like a suite with a living room. But the toilet in the bathroom, that's it for the room. The bathroom in the bedroom doesn't have a toilet there. It's just like there's a makeup like vanity for my wife to use. There's the sink and then there's a nice shower. But there's no toilet there. The toilet for the room is out in the living room. That's just kind of odd. That would be my only complaint. You'd think they wouldn't do that. They would have another one in the bedroom, but oh well. Can't complain. Once again, a beautiful room, and that's that. I would take you on a little tour, but Mrs. Explore Vegas is relaxing for the evening, and I'm doing the live stream, and I really don't want to interrupt her. I'm sure she would appreciate that. I don't know if you can see it. You really can't on this camera view. I can see it from where I am. You can hear police sirens, but maybe you can kind of, if I zoom in, it'll be a little blurry if I do it. You can kind of see the police cars there. There were a lot of them. There were definitely a lot of them. Happy New Year, Tennessee. Thank you for joining us. From Tennessee. Happy New Year indeed. Glad you're on. No, it was weird. I know there's a couple other YouTubers probably covering this. I'm not sure where they ducked and hid though. But for 4th of July, it was kind of weird. There was nobody on the strip but us, so everybody kept jumping on. So we had a few thousand people for 4th of July. Of course, they do fireworks much earlier. I think they started it right around 8, 9 o'clock, whereas this is midnight, so that was a little bit earlier, and then folks from the East Coast could still join. Although I'm sure some folks from the East Coast are still on. I know we had New York on earlier. That's our shot of the Aria there, so I'll scroll up. They are going to light them from there. I'll also be lighting them, as I said before. I'll go through this again. There is Resorts World and the Venetian in the center of the screen. They'll be lighting them there. And they will be lighting them over at Planet Hollywood. Pretty good stuff. So Randy, if you're on, when was the last time you were in Laughlin? For those of you who don't know, Laughlin is a casino town that is, it's about 90 minutes or so drive from the Strip. Some people call it like mini Las Vegas. It's situated like on the Colorado River on the border of Arizona and Nevada. They have a lot of water activities, so it's pretty nice in the summer. And then they have about 6 or 7 casinos. Oop. Was that one? They did another test one up there. I was going to say, it seemed a little early. We have about 12 minutes to midnight. So they're still testing it out. Hopefully they're not giving up on it. Hey Daniel, Happy New Year. Thanks for joining. Glad to have you on, buddy. One day we're going to run into each other, Daniel. I know we will. Let's see, what else can we see from where we're at here? There is... Well, hey there, Waterboy Jonah. What's happening? Cosmo's always a favorite. Although no fireworks at the top of the Cosmo. Zoom into the Cosmo over there. Yeah, there won't be any fireworks from there, but I really do think we're going to have a pretty good shot from where we are. I'm going to scroll up when they start, and then I'll pan back and forth between there, and then we'll have some pretty good shots of Resorts World and Planet Hollywood as well from where we are. We're going to get a good viewing of the fireworks from here. Much better than if we were actually walking downstairs. Not sure if it's still drizzling or not, but it was drizzling before. That's why I said, all right, I'm calling it. I'm going upstairs because I don't want to shut down the live stream. I know many folks look forward to that. So I kept it, decided to keep our hopes alive and come upstairs. Strip looks actually pretty beautiful. I'm glad that the rain, it's not like one of those rains where it's really, really foggy and then like you can't see past 10 feet, because that would have definitely ruined the show some more. So I am glad that you can still see things. For sure, Randy. I hope we run into you too. End of January? Nice. Oh, staying at the Excalibur. All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you like when we do a live stream. The last time we actually did a live stream, the folks on the live stream said they wanted me to do the next one and start around the Luxor, that side of town. Um, we had to make an exception for New Year's Eve. Figure like it's better to get closer to the majority of the fireworks, but when we do our next just kind of walk around in Vegas, then we'll probably start over in that side of town. So Luxor is right next to where you'll be staying. Maybe we'll run into you if it's around January when we do it. One of my favorite places to do a live stream or just kind of hang out if you're outside in Vegas is over by the Venetian, because the gondolas just look absolutely beautiful at night. One of my favorite things to take pictures of. I'm always posting them on our Facebook page. I love those gondolas. At nighttime, they are more beautiful outside. During the day, I think they're a little bit more beautiful inside. So some say, which one should I go on? I say, depends on the time of the day. Nighttime, definitely go outside, but in the winter you got to bundle up because it is chilly in Vegas. A lot of folks don't know that. They think it's hot here all year round, like you're in the desert. I used to think that before I moved here. But no, we get seasons. Just fortunately enough, we didn't get that crazy snowstorm that a good chunk of the country had. I know everybody who came to Vegas was thrilled to get away from that. But yeah, it's a little cold here. For us, it's cold. Considering it gets up to about 115 in the summer, when it gets down to like 30, 40 degrees at night in the winter, it's pretty cold. It's a good 80-degree difference from summer to winter. So you definitely have some seasons here. It's 11:53. We got about 7 minutes until firework time. Getting excited. Been waiting for quite some time for this. I've actually been I've been waiting since the 4th of July for New Year's Eve just to see the fireworks again. That's how much I love them.
So I'm glad I could live stream and share with you. What do we got? About 73 watching our show, somewhere around there. Glad I could share it with you guys. Thanks for joining. Definitely giving you a different view than those who are walking downstairs are giving you. Think the noise that you'll hear will just be from fireworks and helicopters rather than the crowd downstairs where you won't be able to hear much. I said helicopters because there is a helicopter driving up and down the strip probably every, I don't know, 8 seconds or so. We can see the reflection of your phone there. About every 8 seconds or so. So you can usually hear them. Looks like Mrs. Explore Vegas decided to wake up and see the fireworks. She was feeling a little bit under the weather the last couple of days. So I'm glad we still made it out here. City Center is massive just looking at it right now. We've stayed in a good majority of the hotels on the strip, but one of them that we haven't stayed in is the Vidara. Um, I think it's just maybe because there's no casino in there, so it's probably more dead in the lobby. And I don't know, I'm sure it's a close enough walk to the Aria's like action, so to speak, but we just never really had a reason to stay there. We've stayed in the Aria, I want to say probably 2 or 3 times, the Bellagio a few times. Um, Surprisingly enough, we have not stayed in the Cosmo. I have seen the rooms in the Cosmo, but I haven't stayed there. Um, and then Resorts World, we haven't. Otherwise, we've been in pretty much, well, Circus Circus, we won't stay there, let's put it that way. It's okay to walk through there and maybe head to the steakhouse to eat. That's probably one of the actually strangest, weirdest gems in Vegas, the steakhouse there. But other than that, you can go see the Adventure Dome in the Midway. But I don't see myself staying there. It's just not going to happen. MGM is probably the biggest one. The rooms are decent. My biggest beef with the MGM is if you stay there in the summer, they have an absolutely wonderful pool area. It feels like it is a 10-mile walk from the hotel room to the pool. And by the time you get to the pool, you are so exhausted, um, you don't have the energy to get into that lazy river unless you're on a raft and you're going to sail, which we try to do. But that would be my beef with the MGM. New York has redone their rooms. They were pretty decent when we were there, but I know they just redid them. So I'm curious how that is. Looks like we got about 74 on now. That's awesome. Wonder if we'll get to 100 in the next 2 minutes. 2 minutes to fireworks. And we got 82 now. That's good. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it on Facebook.
Oh, Explore Mrs. Explore Vegas said she's gonna pop a live up on Facebook. So I know sometimes we have some that watch Facebook and they don't watch YouTube, so we can keep them going at the same time. Let me know when you open it. I'll say hello to everybody.
Okay.
Oh, we're at 93. Good timing, because we have under 2 minutes. Under 2 minutes until fireworks. I can actually hear the crowd screaming down there. And they're getting rained on too.
It's heavy rain.
It wasn't heavy, it was drizzling, but then they were saying it was going to get heavier and heavier. Hello, Sonny Boy. Thanks for joining. Ooh, 96. We're 4 away from that 100 mark. and about a minute to go. Minute to go. I will pan up here to show you there for the most part. And then I'm going to show you out there by Resorts World and Planet Hollywood. So we should have a pretty good show. Any minute now, any minute now. There they go, there they go. You see them?
I'm live now.
Hello, Facebook. It's Explore Vegas. We're giving you the fireworks here in Vegas. There they go. You can see them from Planet Hollywood. In the distance, you can see them from Resorts World. Happy New Year 2023. Nice. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There we go. Happy New Year, Randy. Happy New Year to all those watching. There's some from Planet Hollywood in the distance. We have Venetian and Resorts World. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining. And thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. Such a beautiful sight. Happy New Year, Roblox. See some in the distance. There's Planet Hollywoods. And of course the area. Nice. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, all. Oh, so beautiful. It looked like they're in sync too. Like very similar shooting off from the different hotels.
Similar to 4th of July.
Yeah. Seems like the different locations have similar fireworks going off at the same time. That took some work putting that together for sure.
It's expensive.
Yeah, this is millions of dollars to put on. Welcome to 2023.
Happy New Year 2023.
Happy New Year.
Happy, healthy, and win lottery.
And win lottery. I love it. We are in Vegas. Hit the Wheel of Fortune or something.
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful. Let's see, Planet Hollywood, Resorts World. Ooh, those are good. Yeah, it's quite a sight, that's for sure.
Wow.
To be in Vegas for this. So awesome.
Wow.
I actually think the Arias look nicer than the other ones.
What?
Maybe it's because we're so close to it. It looks. I'm a little biased.
They have different color.
Yeah, but I think they're doing a better job than the other hotels. Oh, nice colors. Very, very nice. Happy New Year. Welcomes in 23. Vegas style. Thanks for hanging with Explore Vegas on New Year's Eve and starting off your 2023 with us.
Yay. Woo. Can you hear people?
That's the
screaming?
show. Yeah, you can hear people screaming from way down there. I will say it was jam-packed down there. Wow, what a show. Luckily, it didn't rain hard enough or it wasn't too windy that they kept it going. That was something else. Sure glad that we were able to show it to you from this view. Oh, thank you, Randy. I appreciate it. Really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, man. Yeah, this was a nice view for sure. Way better than hanging downstairs. We did that for 4th of July. Well, I did that. Mrs. Explore Vegas went live on Facebook we had a room at the Flamingo for that one. Yes, Pam and Eggs, looking forward to a brand new year. A happy and a healthy one to you and everybody else watching.
Good
That's
night.
it.
Bye.
Oh, she's turning Facebook off. I can hang with y'all a little bit longer. It's nice and peaceful up here. We can keep the live stream going. Any New Year's resolutions for those of you watching? Personally, I bought a treadmill. I had an elliptical, but I bought a treadmill and got rid of the elliptical. Those of you who watch our channel, you know we review a lot of buffets. So my resolution is to work out during the week in between our buffet reviews. Keep myself in shape despite all the extra eating. Anybody watching have any good resolutions? What's your resolution, Mrs. Explore Vegas? What do you think?
Huh?
Just win the lottery?
Yeah.
Yeah, just win the lottery. That's a good resolution. If you know how to do it, then just go for it. We'll split it later.
We thinking about if we win lottery, we still do YouTube.
Still going to do YouTube, even if we win the lottery. I'll just have a lot more time to do it. So that would be so much fun. We actually enjoy this quite a bit. So we wouldn't want to give it up. Man, that was it. Now it got so quiet out there. You don't hear the crowd anymore.
Now the elevator everywhere gonna be jam packed.
The elevator was jam-packed before. I was almost late for the live stream. I was trying to get back up here. They let the show out like right at like 11:15 or something like that. And I was like, first off, I couldn't even move in the hotel downstairs. It was jam-packed. And then I finally got to the elevator, and there was like 50 people waiting. Hey, Gil, Happy New Year, buddy. Yeah, it was like 50 people. I couldn't even barely get in the elevator. And then I finally got in the elevator. We're on the 31st floor. There's 32 floors in this hotel. And like there was so many people in there. We stopped in like 10 different floors to let people out. Living the dream, are you, Gil? Living the dream. Congratulations, Gil. I know you have a new member in your family. Way to start the year off strong with a bigger family, buddy. Now you hear the helicopters every 8 seconds again. That slowed down for the fireworks, or maybe it was still going on. You just couldn't you couldn't hear them with the fireworks going on. But now you hear the helicopters again. Bigger family, less sleep. Yes, each new baby you bring into your family is going to take whatever little sleep you have from you. That's for sure. We're lucky. We have one little one. He's sleeping. He has no idea. We wouldn't have him anywhere near the strip and that madness. I did see a lot of people pushing their little ones around on the strip, and I know they're visiting in town. They don't have babysitters, things like that. We live here, so easier for us to work out arrangements, but there was absolutely no way I was going to be pushing around my almost 3-year-old son on the strip or anywhere near it. It just wasn't going to happen. It's just way too busy. Well, we'll have him like if we're going to go eat somewhere or something like that on a normal day, but this day, no, forget it. It's crazy busy right now. It's funny as I feel like I went downstairs around 7 o'clock, 7:30, and they were just putting barriers around on the strip to allow people to walk, and it wasn't full. And I'm like, is this it? Did the rain scare everybody away? And then I took some pictures, and I walked over to Planet Hollywood, And then I walked out of Planet Hollywood. I wasn't even in there that long. I felt like I was in there for 15, 20 minutes. And then I walked out, and it was busy. It was jam-packed already. I'm like, what happened is in there? Everybody had the same idea, get out now. But they wanted to hang out for several hours. Believe it or not, walk on the strip's really one of the few like free things you can do on the strip. Every single place that you want to go, like, has some kind of cover fee, even if they don't normally do. Like, I feel like a lot of restaurants, even in Hello Kitty, Happy New Year to you as well. Um, a lot of the restaurants and like the Miracle Mile shops, they were charging an extra fee to get in for New Year's. I'm like, why? You're in the mall. Who's going to even see the fireworks from there? But I guess it's not about, for some, it's not about the fireworks. It's about the party, which I could understand. But oh my goodness, there was like a fee no matter where you wanted to go. And the only thing I could see doing was walking the strip and just trying to find a good spot. I was a little hesitant around like Flamingo and Caesars because what I learned in 4th of July is once those fireworks going, what happens is everybody takes their phone out and either goes live or records for the fireworks, and it jams the internet in that area, and then your internet slows down and you can barely function. So I wasn't going to go there. They closed, the police closed all of those like pedestrian bridges that walk across Las Vegas Boulevard. I guess because you could just pretty much walk in the street anyway. So they closed all of those like pedestrian bridges. So you couldn't go up there and try to find any good spots. There really was nowhere good, like if it rained, that I thought I would be able to take cover and get a good shot of the fireworks. So it seemed like this was the best. I could have found one of those bars. I know, like over at the what is that hotel over there? I'm trying to think of what it is. Right over there, the Waldorf Astoria. They have a bar like halfway up that overlooks the strip. But even they had a cover to get into that tonight. It's actually a pretty cool bar to go in if you want to, like, any other night, you just want to go up and get a drink. The drinks are expensive. It is the Waldorf Astoria. Drinks are expensive, so expect to pay $20, $30 for a cocktail. But most bars around here, that seems to be a standard, even though it's insane to me. But you will have a beautiful view for sure. The Delano has a nice bar as well, pretty high up, that overlooks the strip as well. One day we got to get in there and make a video about it for everyone. Just some good rooftop bars and good views of the strip. We definitely will do that one day. So no resolutions. I shared mine. I got my treadmill ready to go. Do some extra walking and running. Got my iFit membership so I could have myself walking or running or jogging anywhere in the world on that thing while I'm on my treadmill. So that'll be fun. Let's see, what do we have coming up for videos? In January, we'll have, at some point, we'll have the Bacchanal coming out, Bacchanal Buffet. We visited there. We'll have the Bellagio. They did a holiday dinner. That one's good because I know everybody loves king crab legs, so you'll get to see that. Our top video will come out soon. Top buffets. And probably in February or so, we'll have like a locals one too.
Olive restaurant.
Oh yeah, we went to Olives. So Olives is an upscale Italian restaurant. They used to be in the Bellagio, and then they closed up in the Bellagio, and they reopened in the Virgin Hotel. The Virgin Hotel, it's about a block from the Strip. It is where the Hard Rock Hotel used to be. That turned into the Virgin, and Olives reopened. Oh my goodness, the food is absolutely out of this world there. I was really glad that they invited us to go down and try it out. And we're excited to put that video together and release that. So for those of you who like Italian food, that might be our new favorite Italian food on the Strip. Even though it's not the Strip technically, it's a block behind. But if you're in town and you want some good Italian food, I'm going to say Olives for sure. Olives is a pretty big name restaurant because of the celebrity chef Todd English. It's his restaurant, and he is quite the cook. I'll tell you that. He's opened a new hotel. It's a boutique hotel that's in between the Strip and downtown Las Vegas. Fremont Experience, we'll say that, because downtown technically it isn't downtown. And we've been meaning to get there. So one time or another, I do want to get to the English Hotel. It's Todd English's new hotel, and the Pepper Club is, from what I hear, quite an amazing restaurant. I want to try that out too. So, Todd, if you're on, let us know when we can come by, and we'll definitely try that one out too. We were in the Aria. We did a review of lemongrass. We put that out about a month or two ago. That is Thai food, probably amongst the best Thai food on the Strip. Former Bally's, I know that's the Horseshoe Hotel now. They officially call it the Horseshoe. Used to have Sea Thai, and we liked that one, but that closed and never reopened, like many of the other restaurants in town. So, even though that was one of my favorite Thai restaurants, and my wife is Thai, so she likes Thai food, that was one of her favorites as well. Our new favorite on the Strip is Sea Thai. Oh, thank you so much, Pam and Eggs. I appreciate it. That's super kind of you. Happy New Year to you. All the best to you as well. So we really enjoyed that Thai food there. They even serve lobster in there. It's quite unbelievable. Let's see, what else do we have coming up? We might get over to Buddy V's. Ooh, in April. Well, we live here, Ryan, so we'll be around, that's for sure. Message us when you're coming. You never know. If we can get out, we'll come out and see you. We love to meet people. We love to meet everyone who watches us, so don't be shy or anything like that. Let us know when you're coming, and if it's possible, we'll come out and say hi. Well, maybe we'll even do a live, and we'll run into you for sure. We can make it happen. Taking a sip of water here. Trying to think. I've been to the steakhouse in Circus Circus. That is like a hidden gem, if anything, because the hotel itself doesn't seem like anything really remarkable is in there, but the steakhouse is. So we really need to get there and review that. We had sent a poll out on YouTube a while back, and we said if we didn't review buffets, what would you like us to review? The most popular answer was all-you-can-eat restaurants. So we do have a couple more of those on the Strip and off the Strip that we're going to get to and we'll put out there. And then restaurants and hotels were still somewhat of a popular answer as well. Not quite as much as all-you-can-eat, but working on, we did a staycation at Bellagio, working on that. Takes so much time editing these things, but we can get a video of Bellagio out, a new video of Aria out. We'll get those out hopefully in the next couple of months here. In January, February, we'll start releasing the hotels as well. Randy, if you're still on, we did a Riverside out in Laughlin. I know Riverside's a popular one. What I understand is Don Laughlin, who lives in the Riverside, he's the owner of the Riverside. He lives on the top of that hotel. He owns the entire Strip there. So the other hotels, they lease the land from him. And that's how they do business out there in Laughlin. In mini Vegas. We like Laughlin. It is a mini Vegas, and it's kind of quiet. Has a nice feel to it. It's fun to go to sometimes. but we definitely like it. And we go back there too every now and again, so we'll release some content from there as well. Mesquite, we've been meaning to go back to Mesquite for all the locals that are on. We went out there this past year. They had a buffet at the Casablanca. There was a seafood buffet, a Friday night seafood. It was $20, and you got crab legs and oysters. You had oysters on the half shell. They had oysters Rockefeller. No, we haven't done the Tournament of Kings. I don't know if they have a filming restriction. We do want to do that. We actually want to take our king there, or not king, our kid there. I said king. We want to take our kid there. We think he would like it because it is a kids show as well. I have to reach out to marketing and see if I could get permission to film in there. Sometimes with depends on the restaurant. Like a lot of the buffets, there are people filming in there all day and all night, so they don't care if we go in there. We don't necessarily reach out, but when they're restaurants, we try to reach out and get permission ahead of time. No, we did not make it to the Palms buffet tonight, and we really wanted to. It was supposed to be it was their theme night. It was their greatest hits. They were supposed to have lobster and crab legs and caviar, and we didn't get a chance to get there. We were actually invited to a different buffet, and we didn't get a chance to get to that one either. So we kind of struck out with the buffets today. Um, a little disappointing, but I'm sure we'll get back on that trend of going to the Palms like theme nights that they have the last Saturday of every month. We'll try to get out to the next one. I went in there to film a lot, but now I'm trying to work with the marketing team there so that they kind of know when I'm coming. So we'll see if I can get in for that. They kind of want me to do some of the more regular ones first. I know I did lobster and crab, so maybe we'll do a champagne brunch or like a prime rib night first, and then see if I can get them to give me permission to do the theme night again next month. But I still know I know the chef's there, so I'll know what the theme is as soon as I message him. Oh, the line I'm sure was insane for the theme night, the greatest hits. Even though it was 99.99 a person, I'm sure it was insane. Um, the biggest problem we had is that we were staying at Park MGM, and they closed the strip at 6 p.m. and they opened that buffet at 5 p.m. and we were trying to figure out if there was like any way maybe we just went over there to film even if we didn't eat there and just tried to film it to showcase it. Um, but we were afraid really we wouldn't get back to the strip after that. We arrived here about 3 o'clock, and the freeways were quiet until we got to that street that runs right behind the strip called I think it's Frank Sinatra it's called. And then we were like in standstill traffic. So what from where we were right by Mandalay to Park MGM's garage that would normally take you about 5 minutes took us like 45 minutes to get there. So we were afraid if we went back out and headed over there to make it at 5 p.m. and then film, like it would take us at least 30, 40 minutes to film it. Then get in the car, we might not make it back. So we could do it. And then we had been invited to the Bellagio buffet. They had a New Year's buffet, and we just had a couple other things going on here tonight, and that just didn't work out. But we did release a couple of really cool videos. I know while you went to the Jasmine buffet. So Jasmine is in the Bellagio. It's a Cantonese Chinese restaurant. And for Christmas, Fremont. Oh, Fremont's way over here. Magno, you're asking about Fremont. It's way in the distance. I don't even think you can quite see it from here. No, you can't really see it from here, but it's way back there if I zoom in. That's where Fremont's going to be. We're not quite center strip. If you see where like Cosmo is there, Cosmo is about center strip. So then you'd have to get past Cosmo all the way down, well past Resorts World, which is way over there. Once you pass Resorts World, then to the Stratosphere, then it's another little ways down Las Vegas Boulevard until you get to Fremont. That's a little ways from here. Normally, you could take the bus that runs on the strip to get there. I think it's $3 a ride, or like $10 or so, or $12 or so a day if you just buy the pass for the day. And you could take that all the way down to Fremont. It's pretty safe if you're driving it. Um, in a normal day, it's probably about 15-20 minutes to drive from here. But Fremont's a little ways out there. No, I'm really bummed about that not getting to the Palms buffet. I like that one too. That's one of my favorite ones. Really, really, really good quality there. Even though it's smaller, the quality more than makes up for the fact that it's smaller. When you compare that to the Bacchanal has like everything in the world there. It is the biggest buffet in Vegas. But what the Palms puts out, they do very well, and the price is much more reasonable too. All right, well, thanks for stopping by, Magno. Yeah, Fremont is north. It's pretty far. So, wow, I know you said you went to the Jasmine Buffet and you liked it. We were surprised. We went there last year. They run this for the holidays, they run this for New Year's. They're going to run it all the way until January 2nd. So, you have this morning, because it's after midnight now, you have today and tomorrow to try that out. They had king crab legs this year. They didn't have that last year. So it was really a nice switch, because that's one question we get asked a lot is which buffet has king crab legs? And since COVID, when they all reopened, none of them serve king crab on a regular. The only buffet that we've even heard that was going to have king crab legs was not the Wynn Buffet, but a restaurant in the Wynn that does holiday buffets called Lakeside. They advertise that they have king crab legs, but it's actually snow crab, so it's kind of a bummer. They still advertise they have king crab, but then they're not. So the only two I've seen at was Bellagio Buffet and a Jasmine Buffet. Like I said, Bellagio only ran it for the holidays, and Jasmine only runs it for Christmas, New Year's. But they're going to do it again for the Lunar New Year. It should be the end of January, right around the 20th, 21st, somewhere in there. We have to contact them back and find out what dates they're going to do it. We might even go back and eat there again. It was so fabulous. And he said the menu will be a lot of it will be the same, but they might have a few different things. You were in heaven when you went. Oh, wow. I mean, they had foie gras, they had smoked salmon, they had scallops, jumbo shrimp. Yeah, the king crab. King crab can be tricky. It depends on your thought on this. And they cut them into smaller pieces, which I kind of appreciated, because it was easier to break open. Because king crab is, although it's way more tasty than snow crab and also way more expensive, like 3 or 4 times the price of snow crab, it's very pointy. So there's only a couple of ways to combat that. If they give you a good cracker, you can try to crack it open. But you know crabs, you want to try and get them by the joints and then crack them, because that's how the meat slides out. The only other way I know of to beat that is to take, if you get one of these cloth napkins in the buffet, take that cloth and wrap it around the king crab. Oh yeah, of course, Magno. Thank you for joining us. And then if you wrap that napkin around, then you won't get hit by those points or the pointiness. That's what I was using anyway. Um, the Bellagio buffet, it was hit and miss. On Christmas, they had king crab mixed with snow crab. Then we went the day after. They had the same price. It was still running $79.99. They called it a holiday gourmet buffet. We called. They said they had king crab. Oh yeah, you have to use that cloth napkin. Oh yeah, to break those open. We called ahead. They said they had king crab, and then we got to the buffet, and the cashier said, "No, it's only snow crab." And I said, "Hey, they told us they had king crab. I'm not sure I want to go in." She said, "Hold on, let me go check." She went and checked with somebody. They came back and said, "Yeah, we have king crab." Okay, great. So we finished paying. We went in. We were there like we like to get there like more towards opening or when they start something, when they start up a new meal. So we were there like 5 minutes before they started the dinner. We sat down, had to wait for the crab legs to come out, and then the chef said, "Oh, only snow crab, no more king crab." And I'm like, "Wait a minute." I called, they said they had it. I got here, they said the cashier checked and said they had it. Now you're saying no? He said, "Yeah, no more, no more." I'm like, "Wow, that's really a bummer." So we finished eating. I mean, we ate, we we did our review, and then the weirdest thing happened. I'm taking like some pictures of just the buffet area itself. This is the regular Bellagio buffet I'm talking about. And all of a sudden, I see people walking with big plates of king crab, and I'm like, "Wait a minute! They told me no. I was told yes, then they told me no." So I went back there, and the guy, he took one look at me, and he's like, "Oh, brother." I'm like, "Dude, what happened? Now you got king crab again?" He just nodded. So I said, "Hey, can you load me up a big plate of them? I wanna, I wanna show people. I have a YouTube channel. I want to show people like the size of these things." So then he started joking with me like he was going to hand me the whole steam tray, and I stuck my hands out. I'm like, "Dude, you want to give me the steam tray? I'm going to take it." You sure about that? I'll take a couple of napkins. I'll carry that whole thing back to my table. But so he filled up a plate for me, and then I brought it back, and we had some king crab after all. I guess they decided about 45 minutes after opening for the day they were going to bring out king crab. I don't know. My wife went back up after it and said they had snow crab again. So I think it was mixing back and forth. Christmas they had a whole bunch of it though. So other than the Bellagio buffet for the holidays and Jasmine, I have not seen king crab in a buffet this whole year. So that was exciting. And king crab tastes so good, so much better than snow crab. Um, so it's a nice treat to have it. Yeah, I think it was for the new year. Somehow the Bellagio Hotel must have had some kind of inside supply there. So the Bellagio doesn't normally carry crab legs anymore. Back before COVID, they had king crab all the time. That was a specialty in their buffet. One of the reasons you wanted to go. But post COVID, they opened it up and they did not have um, king crab. They didn't have snow crab. They had some seafood like salmon and tuna poke, and then they had like oysters, I think sea bass, still shrimp, and maybe like a shrimp and scallop salad. Um, but they hadn't put out crab legs. And you're right, wow, the prices have gone up. I know at best, like in the local grocery store here, if we go into Smith's, I think they'll put them on sale, snow crab for about 12 bucks a pound, but normally it's about 20. And then king crab is it runs typically about $40 a pound. Even in Costco, it's about $40 a pound. I think Paul was there when we were there too. He wasn't our waiter, but he was actually helping us out a bit too. Our waitress, I can't remember what her name was. She kept bringing us extra stuff. She's like, "Oh, I want you to try this. I want you to try." She saw we were filming. Um, and the manager and assistant manager were extremely nice, and Jasmine as well. They they kept asking me to try some things as well, but the waitress just kept bringing. She brought over like some kind of bun that was pretty good. It had like a little sweet egg in it, um, and then some other kind of dessert she brought over as well. She kept bringing things for us to try. They were very nice in there. What was nice about going to Jasmine's buffet is that Oh, Happy New Year, Harish. Thanks for hopping on, brother. What was very nice in Jasmine Buffet is that there may have been a time limit. I didn't ask, but they really weren't rushing anyone out. Like we were probably there about an hour and 40 minutes, hour and 45 minutes. So well past 90 minutes, and nobody asked us to go or reminded us there's any time limit. Well, thanks, Harish. We sure do love going to the buffets. We like your buffet videos too. It's good that you take us through all throughout Hong Kong and we get to see some of the cool foods they have there. Thank you for doing that. Love watching your channel too, buddy. Is this live? Come on. Yes, Magno, it is live. What's going on, Magno? You waiting for the video to end? We're gonna end soon. We just figured we'd stay on for a little bit since the fireworks are over. Just strike up some conversation for those who want to stay up a little bit longer. But yeah, Jasmine, they were super nice. Oh, nice. I'll definitely watch your video. I watch them all. Um, yeah, they were super nice in there. They didn't rush us out. Really good, top quality food, and just I had no complaints there. I had nothing but good things to say, and I'm sure we'll go back again for Lunar New Year. If not, then we'll definitely go back next year for the holidays. But yeah, the king crab was glorious. The claws were huge, and the pointy parts of the leg. It's not really pointy, even though it's pointy on the claw. You don't feel the points on the claw, so it's easier to break open the claws than the legs. The meat is so good though. Man, I'm missing it. I'm missing it. I'm gonna have to work on my new treadmill just so I can go back and get some more in the end of January. So a lot of people don't know that there are a few more buffets in town that are kind of hidden. If you check out our channel, we went to the Venetian a few months back and the Palazzo. The Venetian and Palazzo both have a cafe in there called the Grand Lux, and the Grand Lux does a breakfast buffet. For the most part, it's pretty basic, more like a continental breakfast style with made to order omelets, but it was only like $25, which is a pretty good price for a buffet on the strip. Thank you, WC. We are in the Nomad Hotel, which is in the Park MGM. It's the top four floors of the Park MGM, and we are on the 31st floor, which is second from the top. So, yeah, so we're talking about Venetian and Palazzo have buffets. While you're talking about Wing Lei, they actually had done one for Christmas last year for lobster, but we tried calling and they did not have it this year. They weren't doing it. So I really hope that they'll do it for Lunar New Year. But they didn't do it for the holidays. We were really disappointed because we would have wanted to go. Harish, yeah, we will eventually. It might take us a little while, but we'll do a room review for here as well. It's a really nice room. Resorts World has a restaurant inside of there called The Kitchen, and The Kitchen has a weekend brunch buffet in it. Not very big, once again, kind of like a continental style buffet, but the food was top quality. Bit pricier there though. The the buffet there, I want to say it was in the 40s. It was either like 40 or 45, something like that per person. And it's not very big, so when you go there, like you're kind of like, this is it. The food is good though. I'll say that much. Oh, and in the Palazzo, other than the Grand Lux, they do have another. It's really set up more like all you can eat because only the desserts are buffet style. But in Lavo, which is another Italian restaurant, On Sunday mornings, they have a brunch. You can kind of call it a brunch buffet slash all you can eat. So how it works there is they have several offerings that you order off the menu, and they bring you as much as you want. They bring gigantic portions, which I really wish they would have smaller portions so that you don't feel like you're wasting food and you can try more. Because what happens is you kind of run out. I begged the waiter, and he actually brought some smaller portions over for us because he knew we were filming. But their portions are kind of big. Then they also have some premium offerings that you can pay extra for. So we got some. Ooh, Happy New Year from Australia. Thanks for joining, Jace. Happy New Year to you too. They had king crab there, and you had to pay $10 for it. And then you only get like one leg, and it's like not even a full leg. So, or they had like filet mignon. Once again, it was like $10 extra. But then it's not all you can eat. You just get that. Oh, you saw the Lavo video? Yeah, the penny vodka was good. Ham and eggs. I do like the Bacchanal buffet at Caesars. I will say it's the biggest buffet in Vegas. It has the largest variety. Probably the only downside, which is a downside for the customer and not the restaurant, is it is so crowded in there. We won't go there unless we make a reservation ahead of time because the oh, from Brazil, Magnos from Brazil. Thank you for watching from Brazil. The the what was I talking about now? I forgot. Oh well. Let's see. The Bacchanal buffet. So we won't generally have a reservation because the line to get in there, even in the afternoon, it can be hours. And when you're hungry, the last thing you want to do is stand in a long buffet line. So we make a reservation, but it seems like even if you show up for your reservation and you'll get in pretty quickly. You won't take you too long, but maybe 5-10 minutes, and then you'll get seated. But then when you're trying to get food at the buffet, it's like every single station has a line of people. So it's a big project to get food after you get in. So that's the only downside. They do have some nice offerings there. They have lobster claws, although they're only chilled. They have steamed and chilled crab legs. They have jumbo shrimp. They don't have oysters on the half shell, but they have like a barbecue oyster, which is pretty good. They have a huge carving station with prime rib and beef steamship and turkey and chicken and pork. There's a nice Mexican section, and they make some corn and tacos there as well. There's a little Italian, and then different kinds of Asian stations inside Caesar's Bacchanal. They do have some duck there. The Filipino section, they have like a roasted pig going on there. They have some nice sushi in the Japanese section. So I mean, they have a huge variety there. The number one complaint I have is just you have to have a reservation because the line is very long, and then it's long after you get in as well. And then I think some other people, their complaint, not so much mine, is that it's expensive right now. Of course, prices are always subject to change, but right now, the Bacchanal on non-holiday pricing is $80 a person. And most will say, I can't even eat $80 worth of food. I don't find that to be a complaint for me personally, though, in the viewing restaurant on the strip. If I'm eating off strip, $80 is a lot of money. But on the strip, let's say if you were to eat a seafood dinner in a restaurant, you're $150 a person. Two of or lobster. Lobster would be more than that. You're about $150 a person. So when they charge $80 at the Bacchanal buffet, and then you can have as many crab legs as you want, when comparing to most Vegas restaurants, it's it's a pretty good value if you ask me. We I looked. They have a little like grill here in the park MGM. It's like just like a little mini grill where you can go order burgers and stuff like that. The burger's $20. It's nothing special, but it's $20. Um, this is Las Vegas Strip pricing. It's expensive. Unless you go into the Miracle Mile shops in Planet Hollywood. We made a video about that and go there for their cheap eats. Um, cheap eats are about $20 to $30 per person. More more regular pricing for lunch, you're probably going to spend a good $50, and for dinner, you're going to spend $75 to $100 per person. So buffets, they are a deal. Very few buffets on the Strip actually open for dinner. The Bacchanal is one of them that opens for dinner. Then the Wynn opens for dinner. Let's see. Bellagio opens for dinner on the weekends only. They used to do it like Wednesday through Sunday, and then they cut it down. I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday now. They cut out Wednesday and Thursday. And I believe that's it for dinner. If you go downtown, they have the Cosmo Buffet is open. Wicked Spoon Buffet. So it's open for breakfast and lunch during the week, and then they open for brunch, but they do not open for dinner. They had some dinner going on this week for the holidays, but that was temporary. Gator, appreciate having you on. So, yeah, the Cosmo never reopened it for dinner, only for breakfast, lunch, or brunch on the weekend. Um, let's see. Now the Palms is a tricky one for me. Like, I know it's a local hotel, but to me it's not totally locals. I mean, you have this area, like if I turn the camera here, where the Rio is, and then you kind of see the Palms off to the left over there. Like a lot of visitors like head to that little area over there to check out the Palms or the Rio or the Gold Coast. And of course, of those three hotels, they all had buffets before COVID, and now only the Palms has it post-COVID. But the Palms opens for dinner, so I feel like it's enjoyed by visitors and locals alike. I wouldn't just call it a locals buffet or a locals hotel. But they open for dinner. If you go if you go downtown, there's only one hotel offering. I adore the Palms buffet as well, Aviator. If you go downtown, the only hotel downtown offering a buffet is Main Street Station. They offer a brunch every day, and then they have a dinner on Friday and Saturday. And we recently reviewed the dinner. I know we put a video out for that. Um, then if you go down Las Vegas Boulevard, south, like head off the Strip past Mandalay Bay. I know some locals will consider the South Point on the Strip because it's on Las Vegas Boulevard. That's a tricky one. Most experts would consider the Strip to begin at Mandalay Bay. So even though South Point is on Las Vegas Boulevard, some would say it's not on the Strip, it's just on Las Vegas Boulevard. Technically, Las Vegas Boulevard runs past Las Vegas all the way out to Jean, Nevada, which is a very small town um, on the way to California. And that's not on the Strip, so I don't know where you draw the line with what you call the Strip and not. And the M Hotel is on Las Vegas Boulevard as well. It's on the corner there, but most don't consider that on the Strip either. But the South Point Hotel um, has a buffet called the Garden Buffet, and that one is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They actually want to run a weekday breakfast. It's one of the cheapest. It's $11.99 for breakfast. We have a video for that one too. And that's a pretty decent breakfast for $12. If you go to Coronado Buffet in South Point, they have a lot of cheap eats like during nighttime, like right around this time, after midnight, from like midnight to 5. They have like steak specials, steak and eggs for like, $4 or $5. They don't run that during the day. They only run that in the wee hours of the night, but it's a couple of, pretty good deals out there. The M Buffet used to be one of the best locals buffets, and that one did close down, never reopened. Um, all the station casinos closed their buffets and they never reopened them. They they say they won't reopen them either. The M, I'm really bummed out that one closed. That was one of the best locals buffets there was. And they're building another restaurant in there. They built another restaurant in there, so they're done as well. They're not going to reopen their buffet. It was a nice excuse COVID gave the hotels to not reopen the buffets. Basically, here's my theory on it is they were lost leaders, meaning they lose money on the buffets, especially when they offer high-end stuff like crab legs. But they get people in the door, and then when you're in the door, you spend money on other things, especially the gambling. So it's worth taking a loss on the food if you're gonna gain in the gambling. But what's happening now post COVID, the strip is busy all the time. It's busy and it's expensive. The resort fees are expensive in the hotels. They're, 40 to 50, even sometimes $60 at some of these hotels per night. So let's say you get a comp to free room. If you're not like high up on their player card, like you're a few levels up, like top tiers, then you'll pay a resort fee, and even a free room could run you $50 a night plus tax. It's not technically free unless you're that gold member of MGM or that diamond member of Caesars. So it's not cheap. And then everything you buy everywhere on the strip, get a drink, 20, $30 for a drink. You see those frozen drinks, those are like $20. Super, super expensive. Everything you do. So they're charging high fees. They're charging a ton of money for food and drink all over the strip. The hotels themselves are not cheap anymore. Nothing is cheap in Vegas except for a few places. They don't need these lost leader buffets to get people in the door anymore. People are coming and they're spending more money than ever before. So why are they running a buffet and losing money to get you in to gamble? They don't need to. People are coming anyway. So perhaps that'll change in the future. I mean, I don't know if people are going to run out of money or they're going to be tired of spending money here in town. And then the hotels will have to try a little harder to convince people to come. I had made a player club last year, like right around this time they announced it. Like they used to have this special if you ate in their restaurants and you turned your player card in, you got like 25 time multiplier tier credit wise for eating in a restaurant. So if you spend 200 in a restaurant, you multiply that by like 25. Um, and you could rack up a lot of points and work your way up the tiers. They changed that. Now it's like 4 times. And why? Because they didn't need it. People are coming. People are coming and they're spending a ton of money. So there you have it. Um, you want to save money in town? I know, $26 for poolside cocktails. It's insane. If you want to save money in town, there's Ellis Island. This is about a block behind um, Horseshoe, which is the former Bally's. It's probably okay to walk that during the day. I've done it before. At nighttime, it might be okay if you got a crowd there. I wouldn't walk it. I would take an Uber at nighttime to get to it. But they have some good food deals there. There's like a steak dinner that's like 12 or $13, but if you have a player card, you play a little, they comp you down to $10. It's a pretty big sirloin steak, and then you get like mashed potatoes and green beans. Whether it's $10 or $12, we have that coupon or not. I mean, a $12 or $13 steak dinner anywhere near the strip is a bargain. Big Drew, we got the Raiders here in town. Um, Other food deals, well, I could give you some of them. The Planet Hollywood, if you go in there to the Miracle Mile shops, Ocean One Bar and Grill, they have breakfast that starts at about $7, $8 or so. They have a huge lunch menu, and everything on the lunch menu is $5. That's or sorry, $6 now. It's $5.99. This is what they're known for. So you could get like a salmon lunch or a carnitas lunch or a burger or a chicken sandwich, and it's $5.99 no matter what you order for lunch. I think their dinner starts at around $10 too, so pretty good deal. Other than that, they got a couple of good breakfast places. They have this place called La Salsa Cantina. They have a $5 breakfast special, or maybe it's $6 now. I don't know. They keep changing the price. I think it's $6 now. You get like some eggs and toast and bacon. Then they have 99-cent Bloody Marys. They're small, but still for 99 cents, can't go wrong. Then Ocean One, they do drinks 3 for 12. They have a big drink menu. So considering that pool drinks or drinks most other places are about $20 a piece, when you can get 3 for 12, that's pretty amazing. And your third drink you can take to go from Ocean One. So that's pretty nice. Flights does, I think, 3 for 15 in drinks. A lot of people just go to CVS or Walgreens or the ABC stores on the strip because you can buy a sandwich for under $10. So that's a cheap eat. Miracle Mile has the Earl of Sandwich. And there's another one somewhere too. I'm trying to think. There's a couple of them. It's not Mirage. I'm trying to think of where the other one is. There's one in Planet Hollywood. I can't remember, but you can get a sandwich there for like $10, $12. Or a breakfast sandwich for under 10, so that's a good deal. Other than that, it's like little kind of things. If you go to Casino Royale, which is next to the Venetian, or in between Venetian and Harrah's, you can go into the back end of their food court, and they have like a giant hot dog. It's like a foot-long hot dog. It's like $3 or so. So that's a cheap eat. But you go to restaurants here in town, save some money, that's for sure. Just, man, they are all expensive. Oh no, I haven't been to Esther's Kitchen. Where is that? Wow, where is Esther's Kitchen? Secret Pizza is really good. In the Cosmo, yeah, I agree. You know what else was surprisingly good? Oh, it's in the Arts District. Okay, well, thank you. I was surprised at the pizza place outside the Miracle Mile on Planet Hollywood. Oh, what is it called? The pizza is humongous. It's like bigger than New York pizza, and actually was pretty good. And I'm a former New Yorker, so like I'm probably the biggest critic when it comes to pizza. But the pizza there was pretty good. Man, what is it called? I can't even remember. It's right outside Miracle Mile, and it is like the pizza's really good there. Buddy V's, they have a pizza place in Harrah's. Pizza's okay. What else? Then you just kind of see some pizza places in the food courts, nothing special. A lot of food courts. Most of the hotels have them, not all of them, but most of them have food courts. And that's about it. I'm trying to think. But yeah, man, eating in Vegas is so expensive. And I have heard a lot. Actually seen people comment on our buffet videos. They say they would rather go to a sit-down restaurant. They pay a little more, but then the food's like made to order, like they cook and it's just cooked just for them. So kind of depends on the person. We like the deal, but we kind of like it all. We don't like eating cold food either, so we like a deal and we like warm food. But we try them all out to see where you can get that. Hopefully, Fontainebleau is supposed to open in 2023, so maybe we'll be lucky. Maybe they'll add a buffet there. Not sure when that's opening, but we'll try to be there for the opening and do a live as well. Best friend, I have walked past that a number of times and have always been told how good that is and have not made my way in there yet. Oh, wow, I hear somebody making some kind of, sounds like a police making an announcement down there. It's after 1. I think the strip stays closed to traffic until 2, as far as I know. Right now, what you got is everybody downstairs. You can hear a fire engine passing down there. What you got is everybody downstairs who is not staying in one of the hotels is trying to leave, and it's just a giant mess. Actually, I'm going to stand up. I'm curious what the freeway looks like. Actually, freeway looks like it's moving over there, so that's not too bad. But I'm sure that Frank Sinatra, that's that road that runs behind the strip. I'm sure that's pretty crowded. And then on the other side of the strip, on the east side behind there is Koval. I'm sure that's pretty crowded as well. Everybody's trying to get out of here. So staying here was nice, not having to figure out how to get home tonight. And we really just got lucky with the Nomad Hotel. We are coming up. Whoops, we're a little past 1 o'clock. We're going to hang on just a few more minutes. I see we've been on for about 97 minutes. We'll probably go to about the 100-minute mark before we call it quits. Mrs. Explorer Vegas already went back to bed. My 2-year-old, almost 3-year-old, is fast asleep. So it's just me in the living room of our suite here, keeping things going. Now the Cosmo, this is one we want to go to this year. That's my goal, to get to the Cosmo. I know it's an MGM property now, but it's, even though it is, like, they haven't fully converted it yet. It's weird. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. They haven't fully converted it yet. It's weird. I really hope that they don't mess with the buffet there when MGM fully takes it over, because that buffet is one of the nicer ones. It'd be nice if they opened it for dinner. But I really hope they don't mess with that buffet. And then for all the My Vegas fans who like to get comp rooms, I do hope that they somehow make their way onto My Vegas and they have comp rooms available, because it'd be pretty cool to get one of those, to score one of those. That might be why we're holding out a little bit longer to review that one. I know the balcony views there are amazing. So if I can't get a comp one of these days, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and go, like, maybe during the week in an off time. Maybe in the summer, like in the middle of the week, because I'd rather go when the pool is open too. I know they turn it into an ice skating rink in the winter, but I'd rather go when the pool is open. Makes for a nicer review, I think. Some of them we do in the winter, especially if we have been to the pool, because then I can add the pool footage to the video and just tell people it's old footage for that clip anyway. We'd like to, Mrs. and I have been talking about in the summer, maybe head upstate a little north and go to Reno and check out some of those. I've been to Reno before, but not when I was a YouTuber. I stayed at the Atlantis and Peppermill there. What else? I feel like I stayed at one of the other ones too. Maybe Harrah's downtown. I can't remember. I stayed at one of them downtown too. But we'd like to make our way up there and check out some of the hotels. I think they have a couple of buffets going over there too. Of course, we'll review them if they have them. And then we want to get back to Mesquite because I know there's only 3 hotels there, but I think they all have a buffet going. The Eureka may only have one on the weekend or on Sunday or something like that, but they all have buffets going. So we did the seafood buffet at Casablanca, but then the Virgin River has a buffet going. That buffet, like the room is so old, it's like historic. And it's pretty small, but we might review it. We'll see if they'll let us. Who knows? They seem pretty strict on filming in that hotel in particular. Then maybe we'll go to the buffet at Eureka and try that one out. Laughlin, unfortunately, there's only 2 hotels in Laughlin running buffets. The Riverside, we've already reviewed that. And then the Pioneer has a weekend brunch in their cafe, Blueberry Flats. We've reviewed that as well. Either one is to go to. A place called Laughlin Ranch. It was. I hear you on the live stream soon too. Almost time to wind down here as well. I don't want to wake up. I have been talking for a while. That might have some. We like to show everybody everything around because I know folks from out of town watch our channel, but also have quite a few our locals that watch our channel as well. So we try to do a little bit of everything. So at least the name Explore Vegas makes sense. We explore folks like we did a high roller video or something like that, not as popular. But we'll keep doing some more. Magno, if you're in town, we can definitely have a beer. Thank you again, Randy. Thank you again, Wow, for joining. I appreciate it. We'll try to do another live stream in a week or two and do some more this year than we have in the past. But yeah, we're past the 100-minute mark, and it is just after 1:10 in the morning here in Vegas. So we stayed with you through midnight, through the fireworks. They were definitely beautiful. I want to thank everybody for joining today or tonight, this morning, through this morning. We always like to say it's always a good day to explore Vegas, and we feel like today was no different. So thank you all again, and have a fabulous new year.